Hello, everybody. My name is Tyler Wogo from Arizona State University reporting on behalf of Varsity Sports Show, and I'm here with women's lacrosse head coach for Utah Tech, Amy Eckerson. Amy Eckerson, you're going to this game, of course, against the tough 8-4 GCU squad. What are some strategies that you're looking to use into this game?
Just our transitions through the midfield and a solid man-to-man defense.
And another question that I have for you, when you go into this game, are there any players that we got to look out for on your team?
We've got a pretty good midfield. That's where we are strong, and then we've got a pretty good defense. So our strengths are in that two-thirds of the field.
Now, last question I have for you, of course you came all the way from Utah Tech to play here at GCU. How's the environment? How is everything going here with your team?
It has been really fun. This is a beautiful campus. We're so happy to be here. We played in Flagstaff last night, very different temperature, but we're more used to this weather, so we're excited to be here.
Awesome. Amy Eckerson from Utah Tech, women's lacrosse head coach. Tyler Wogo, also from Arizona State University, reporting on behalf of Varsity Sports Show. You can follow us on X at Varsity Show. Good luck in today's game, Amy.
Thanks so much.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Grand Canyon University, where we have some women's lacrosse action for you going on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Jesse Davis, and joined alongside me is Diego Iniguez. Diego, it's a pleasure to be here with you at Grand Canyon University today to watch some women's lacrosse. What are you most excited for looking at this matchup?
Well, this is a GCU program. They've been doing really well in recent years. This year is proving to be one of their best years yet. They've been around for 9 years. They've gotten a lot of scoring. They do a lot of scoring. And this team that they're playing today in Utah Tech, they may be 3-6, but don't underestimate them. They've got some real power players on their team. Their head coach has been coaching lacrosse for around 10 years on the high school level and joined Utah Tech a few years ago. So I feel like we should see a really good game today.
For sure, I agree. I'm really excited to see both these clubs. And just at the top, GCU once again with an 8-4 record, and Utah Tech with a 3-6 record overall, as it's going to be played into Utah Tech territory. And for GCU, this is their last regular season game before the Western Women's Lacrosse League playoffs, which start on next Saturday, April 12th, held in Santa Cruz, California. So this is their last regular season game. Last chance to show out at home and look for some extra aggression here today.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you look at especially their leading points and goals leader and Shaylee Smith. I feel like she's gonna be very aggressive today.
Yeah, Shaylee Smith leads the team with 37 points, good for 5th in the WWLL. And she also leads the team in goals with 31, so she's a big factor.
Nice save there.
As the Lopes intercept it
Yeah,
from the net.
this is a Utah Tech team that's really good at goalkeeping. Their main goalkeeper Mia Pupunu um, saves over half of the shots that come her way.
And for the Trailblazers, they're led by number 17, Tessa Mortensen, who has 28 points on the season and leads the team with 26 of those 28 points are goals.
Yeah,
Look for her to be a big factor for Utah.
Yeah, number 11 Skylar Midgley and number 17 Tessa Mortensen. They are the heart and soul of this team. They have 47 of the 85 goals for this Trailblazers team this year. That's 55% of these teams' goals between these two
As
women
Ella
alone.
Neville comes around the front and scores for Utah Tech, giving them the first goal and lead of the game. Sorry to cut you off there, Diego.
No, it's all right. That's Ella Neville's 8th goal of the season.
An early strike there for Utah. And you mentioned not underestimating this Utah Tech team, sitting at 3-6 overall, and that's a great start for them. GCU, right off the bat, had pressure in the Trailblazers' end, had a couple shots on goal, but Utah Tech goes right down, and once again, a nice play there from Neville.
Yeah, first you had the save on the other end by the Utah Tech goalkeeper, Mia Pupunu, and then they were able to get down this side of the field. And they're off to a 1-0 lead. But they gave it up just as quickly.
As that's going to be put in there by trying to catch the number. Number 20, Breland Caffey for the Lopes. Ties it up 1-1, and a nice response there. Merely 20 seconds after Utah Tech scored on the board.
Yeah, this is a GCU squad. They can score from multiple different players. 5 different players on this team have 20 or more goals. 3 of them have 30 or more. So Utah Tech, I mean, they got some great goalkeeping, but it's going to be put to the test today.
As the Lopes cradling it once again in the offensive zone. Behind the net. Behind the net is Cates. Swings it back across. Doing a nice job trying to find an open lane. Is Smith. Still cradling it. Smith to the middle. Goes for the shot. And a nice save there from from Papunu. And another goal there for GCU. Papunu with the initial save. But the Lopes get the rebound and put one home to take a 2-1 lead here in the first quarter. And wow, Diego, fast action to start so far this afternoon. Both teams getting after it early.
Yeah, Utah Tech, they had a great defensive sequence and offensive sequence to begin this game, but man, GCU, they have responded very quickly with 2 very quick goals. But Utah Tech, this is a team that's been behind in games before this. They're no stranger to this situation. So.
And Smith carries it to the right side. Tries to pass it over to Cates. Goalie has it right now. As Papunu delivers it out. Away goes Utah Tech. And those face-offs and ground balls, very important for possession in this game. As we have another goal there. Number 24, Layla Cadis. Well-placed shot right above the shoulder for the Lopes as they take a 3-1 lead.
And like I said before, they just have GCU. They have a lot of weapons. Layla Cates with that goal. That's her. Let's see, 27th goal of the season.
And really just a great play. Had an open lane in the middle, took the space, and that's really what it comes down to in those close quarters is being able to get a shot off and a well-placed shot at that, finding the back of the net.
Yeah, this GCU offense off to a really good start. They average around 12 goals a game.
So we'll get a whistle and a foul on Utah Tech. As Caffey takes it up, out to the left side. Smith. Now it's behind the net. GCU maintaining the pressure. That's where most of the play has been so far in this game as they're continuing to work it around Utah Tech's net. McMahon. GCU still working it, trying to find an open lane to shoot. Is lost, tangled up. Both teams scrum for it. It's picked up by Siegel. And now it's Caffey with it. And a quick shot and a goal. As GCU now leads 4-1. Good drive there from Caffey.
And Caffey already with two goals today. Man, on senior day, this GCU team is just coming out firing.
Go ahead, reset the center.
And well done there from Terry finishing that one off. As GCU will take a 4-1 lead in this game. Nicole Terry with that goal.
Henry, center the shot. Center it in the screen. Up a little more. That's center.
If you're Utah Tech, you need a response. You need a response soon.
Yeah, you had that quick goal to start things up. And this is the first time we've seen them back in their end. As the Lopes have scored 4 unanswered, Diego.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed by what I saw from this Utah Tech team to begin this game. Still a long way to go. Still a long way to go, though.
Trailblazers looking for some space. Behind the net. Mortensen. Now it's Nayville.
Yeah,
Nayville in the middle. Pass goes across. Picked up by Utah Tech. Smolka. Good shot there. Nice save from Milky.
if I'm Utah Tech right now, I'm looking for Skylar Midgley or Tessa Mortensen.
And GCU with a nice turnover there. Good job with the pressure as they do get it out of their end and another whistle.
Back to Utah Tech.
They'll bring it in with a little move there. Midgley cross to Crimson. Crisman back.
Henry, up a little bit. You're starting to
Great
get down.
perimeter defense from the Lopes.
Really doing a nice job. As Utah Tech is more than happy to keep possession. Shot clock running down.
Yeah, because we've mainly seen GCU on the offensive side of the field.
As both teams continue to battle for it. And running right through is Tibbetts. She has an open lane. So pass it in front of the net. Back across. That one's stuffed.
Henry, up a little bit. Up.
The Lopes looking to catch it.
Man, what a sequence we saw there. The turnover going into the net of Tibbetts, and then they just very, very quickly got to the other side of the field.
As we'll have a free shot here for the Lopes. And a nice save from Papunu for Utah Tech as they bring it out once more.
Oh, that's Brindley Baker as the goalkeeper for Utah Tech, excuse me. Number 14.
That's 33. Behind the goal. 34 has it now. 17.
Utah Tech dashing through the middle. Good chance there for Mortensen.
30 has it. 55.
And a great save from Milky. It's all kinds of havoc in front of Grand Canyon's end. They're able to relieve the pressure
Utah Tech,
and head up the field.
Side.
Utah Tech nearly snuck one in there for a goal.
Yeah, that was a really close chance. Nice look, and I would come back to that if I were them.
Pass to, what is it, 25? Behind the goal. Behind the goal.
Lopes have it
Let's say number
Yeah,
behind the net.
yeah. If you're Utah Tech, you need to get this you need to clear this ball out.
12.
Clump
17.
pass goes out of bounds.
Zoom out a little bit when it's close.
So that pass goes off the foot of the Trailblazers. And Grand Canyon will work things once again in the middle, and a shot there hits the ground and will roll out of bounds. We had a fast start, 5 quick goals in what seemed to be 5 minutes, Diego. Things have slowed down a little bit here in the last couple minutes.
7 to 9.
Yeah, I mean things have slowed down in a couple minutes, and that without a doubt works to the advantage of Utah Tech. If you leave it close, they will find a way to get back into the game.
Goal.
Otherwise, though, a very, very impressive start from the Lopes.
Baker launches it out for Utah Tech. So they make their way up the field. Now they have some room. Smoka. Shot that bounces out.
Elena Smoka, the third leading goal scorer on this team with 12.
Yeah, there's a good chance up the middle. Just wide.
Have another chance.
And that's a goal there.
Number 17.
Mortensen. 4-2 now as the Trailblazers answer.
And that's what you got to do if you're Utah Tech. Tessa Mortensen, the 27th goal of the year for her now.
And nicely done. Coming into the game, leading the team in points with 28. And right away, she's a factor in this game. Good job there of just getting a shot on goal.
Yeah, that was the first time we've really seen a like a really quick goal from the Trailblazers. You feel like GCU's been doing that with their goals, but now it's a good change of pace. Utah Tech, like I said, if you keep them in a game, they will find a way to get back. They will find a way to claw their way back.
That's won by Mortensen. Caffey. As the Lopes bring it down.
25. 7.
Really doing a nice job, Diego, of working the perimeter here in the middle. And there's a goal there. Number 33, Devin Story for Grand Canyon. They now lead 5-2 here in the first quarter. And working that perimeter, it seems to be working so far for the Lopes where they get a couple good passes and strike up the middle once they find a little bit of space.
And man, when I said that we've been talking about the leading pieces for GCU so far, but Devin Story, that's only her second goal of the year. She's a sophomore, and this GCU team playing very, very connected today.
And it really comes down to getting on a player. You're looking at woman-on-woman defense, man-on-man. You know, you have your defender. That's your player you're supposed to stick on, and it really becomes a contest when it gets closer to the net, staying on the opposing player, because you let them have a little bit of space like that, and they're going to take advantage of it every time. And I think that's what's so important when you don't have the ball, is being able to find that open space so that your teammates can find you.
Yeah, I mean, GCU, I mean, they've obviously found it 5 times today. Utah Tech has found it as well a couple of times, but GCU's perimeter defense has been really good.
Bernier has it for Utah Tech. Whistle from the referee. That'll be foul on GCU as the Trailblazers will continue with possession.
15.
Bernier
Possession.
to turnover on the sidelines. The Lopes play it back up, but that one's picked off.
Far corner.
Looks like
And that one will
it'll
go out of bounds. Nice interception there from Cisco. Fortunately, the Trailblazers not able to capitalize on that turnover.
15. 15 for GCU. 14 for GCU.
GCU fires it
17.
up. They're already within striking range.
2.
And that's been a theme so far, Diego, is those passes that are a little bit too high to handle and trickle out of bounds. Possession, of course, so important that those passes have to be right on when you're in the offensive zone.
Yeah, it's either been that GCU's been getting some really fast goals during this game, or they overthrow some of their passes. And this is a good assist team, by the way. I mean, a lot of the goals from this GCU squad this year have resulted from assists, so that's something to watch for.
As Mortensen again working the middle of the field. That one's going to go out of bounds. Once again, GCU winning this game 5-2. They're up 5-2 so far. So we sit in the first quarter here at Grand Canyon University.
Yeah, and GCU's been on a roll lately. They've won 7 of their last 9. They actually lost their last game to Arizona State. I mean, that was a bit of a humbling experience for them. but they're off to a great start today and looking to start another win streak.
As Terry carries it for Grand Canyon University. Down to Keith. As you hear, take care of the ball, White.
Make sure you're changing your zoom when your play's coming closer. They said it's clipping a little too close. I agree.
And that'll be the whistle for the end of the first quarter. GCU up 5-2 against the Utah Tech Trailblazers here at Grand Canyon University. And a fast start so far in this game, Diego. 7 goals in this first quarter.
Yeah, obviously Utah Tech, they got the opening goal to start this game. I'm pretty sure they were feeling pretty good at that moment, but GCU, their first 4 goals of the game happened like that. They were just really close to each other in time. Utah Tech was able to respond with a goal of their own, but then they gave it up just as quickly. And I feel like, that's like after that first goal, Utah Tech, they gave up those 4 goals very quickly. So Utah Tech, what they got to do with the next 3 quarters, they've got to stop that pattern or at least mitigate it.
Yeah, and for GCU, I think they played really solid defense. There wasn't a lot of chances for Utah Tech. They did score a couple, including first goal of the game, but give credit to GCU for that start, generating a lot of offense and boxing out on defense, not allowing much into the middle of the field. We're going to take a short break here. We'll be back with you shortly.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Grand Canyon University for some women's lacrosse. Going to start the second quarter. GCU up 5-2 in a fast-paced start. 7 goals in the first quarter. Most of those coming in the first 5 minutes. And if you're Utah Tech, Diego, how are you looking to adjust and maybe not allow as many chances for GCU?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're Utah Tech, I think you need to slow this game down. I mean, GCU, they're just able to get down the field so quickly. They are able to clear.
And a quick goal, Paige DeVries for Grand Canyon University as they'll go up 6-2. And wow, what a quick strike there from Grand Canyon to open up the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that's the third. That's one of the three top goal scorers that have gotten on the board now. So it's been very spread out today, but GCU, their players are getting into the scoring column today.
And I just mentioned about not allowing GCU to have as many chances, and then DeVries with the goal. Now it's 6-2 Grand Canyon. And that was quick, Diego. Less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, here comes that pattern again.
And right off the crossbar for Smith. Another quality scoring chance for the Lopes. As they're, like you said, Diego, being able to do whatever they want so far in offense.
Utah Tech able to get it back though.
The Trailblazers cradling it
Evan to your right just a little bit.
is Hallam. Now it's Hope. Behind the net now. And a shot there from Midgley that goes out.
It's out of bounds, Henry. It's out of bounds, so right side. 17 coming up in the field. Evan, zoom in a little bit. Actually, follow.
As
Seven's got it.
looks like we have a goalie change for Utah Tech. It is now Papunu in net in place of Baker. Papunu lobs it out. That one gets partially blocked by Grand Canyon. Utah Tech able to advance on the right side. Battling for it there.
Zoom out. Or zoom in, sorry.
Good check by Utah Tech.
Grand Canyon flips it back into the middle. Another turnover. They're able to get it back though.
Number 11.
On the far sideline.
On the far side.
Siegel. And a whistle. Looks like a foul.
And it'll
And
go
that
against
will-
Utah Tech.
That'll be a free shot for Caffey. So we await the whistle. There it is. Caffey with the shot just over top of the goal. That one sails out. Lopes cutting through the middle. Nicely done there by Utah Tech, plugging that up, not allowing anything more. Papunu.
Yeah, it's the second check that we've seen from Utah Tech in the past few minutes. They're doing a great job at containing GCU after that first very quick goal of the second quarter.
As Midgley is going to go for a little run. She still has it.
Number 9.
Drops it off, and now intercepted
Number 7.
by DeVries. It's picked back up by Utah Tech.
Great defense by both squads.
They'll
so
loft
far.
it out. Yeah, great defense, forcing a lot of turnovers, Diego.
It's off screen. 33.
Utah Tech trying to fish it out, get another goal.
25.
Adams for GCU.
Have a good opportunity here.
Into the middle. And that's checked as Tibbetts didn't get the chance to get the shot off. And a yellow card is awarded. 27 Tibbetts. And if you're Utah Tech, Diego, you would think you need to get a little bit more momentum going and try to get a couple more tallies before half
Henry up and right.
I mean, yeah,
to
look,
give yourself a chance.
yeah, I mean, you're certainly doing a great job. They've certainly been doing a better job on defense so far. I mean, they really need to start getting it going on the offensive end and then just keeping that momentum on defense, which is something we didn't see in that first quarter.
Number 13 on the far end. Switch, change of possession. 13, all the way across, 24.
Into the middle,
On the ground.
another whistle. And yeah, this is the first matchup between these two squads. And today is a great day for lacrosse, as this is GCU's last regular season game before the playoffs start next weekend. And a last chance to be able to work on the fundamentals and do the little things right.
Yeah, because GCU, I mean, they went 9-11 last year, made a pretty good run in the playoffs. Actually made a really good run in the playoffs and hoping to go even further this year.
It's that pass. Dribbles past a couple players. They fight for it and a whistle. It's going to be GCU's ball. They're going to pick it up. Down the middle. It's Cadis. Nice save there from Papunu.
And man, she has been doing a great job in this second quarter. Mia Pupunu, I mean, she saves more than half
To 11.
of the score attempts that come her way.
Yeah, over 500 save percentage.
And that's what's really keeping the Trailblazers in this game right now. They really got to amend for that on the offensive end.
Uh, 12.
Away goes Grand Canyon into the offensive zone.
Good
They-
check.
15. 25.
And a great goal there from Emma Adams, the sophomore from Parker, Colorado. Nicely done for GCU. They now lead 7-2.
Henry.
Yet another different goal scorer for GCU. They just keep playing as a team. There's no selfishness so far on any of these goals.
And there's a timeout called. And we are going to get another quick break in. We'll be with you shortly.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hi there, I'm Savannah Judnich, and I will be reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada, and attend UNLV as a senior studying journalism and media studies. I have really gotten into sports. Some of my experience includes this article about the Vegas Thrill. I have furthered my knowledge with audio by co-hosting a podcast last semester all about marketing and public relations. I hope to continue my studies not just in writing but audio knowledge throughout the course of the semester. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Bella Casey, and I am very excited to be one of the new interns for the 2024 fall season. As a person who has grown up playing and watching sports, I know the hard work and determination it takes to be an athlete. So whether it's on the field, court, or track, I love competition, and I'm very thrilled to be able to give you an inside look during this season. Make sure to stay tuned and stay connected to the Varsity Sports Show for all the latest sports news.
Hi, I'm James Copeland, and I am a junior at Arizona State University at Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I am a sports journalism and political science major, and I will be interning for the Varsity Sports Show this semester in the Phoenix metro area. I can't wait to cover all the spring sports and meet new athletes and coaches in the area to tell their stories and who they are. Let's get rolling.
Welcome back to Grand Canyon University. We are less than 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. The Lopes leading 7-2 in what has been a packed game so far, Diego. 9 goals, couple chances for Utah Tech, but it's been majority controlled by GCU and their hard, aggressive forecheck.
Oh yeah, I mean GCU, they've been very, very aggressive during this game. I mean, to Utah Tech's credit in this quarter, Mia Pupunu been doing a good job at at stopping this from being an even larger deficit for them. But so far, I mean Grand Canyon, they have the momentum. But Utah Tech, I mean, they've overcome several deficits so far this year.
And a nice save from Milky. That looked like a potential scoring chance for Utah Tech.
Yeah, but
in tight.
that's been the story of this quarter so far. I mean, anytime it looks like the Trailblazers may get a score in, they just been stopped by GCU.
Ball's coming close. 7 picked it up.
DeVries down to Siegel. As there's some hot potato going on. The Trailblazers trying to work it back into the middle. Midgley, and another whistle. It's going to be a foul inside. GCU ball.
Ball number 7. Number 7 all the way down.
DeVries on the right side.
Behind the goal.
Behind the net looking for an opening. It's Seaman to Peters. Peters cradling it.
15.
Good job now. Utah Tech's defense is set.
15 now. 33.
Not allowing much in the middle. Trying to play as big as possible defensively.
25.
GCU able to get into the crease though earlier on this possession.
Utah Tech's more than happy to allow GCU on the outside, just not in the middle like that. As Adams, the good chance. And another couple saves by Pupunu. Wow, she's doing an amazing job stepping in here in the second quarter. Only giving up a couple goals and really, as you said, Diego, keeping her team in this game as Grand Canyon's been on it so far this afternoon.
But man, this GCU team, they just keep moving.
And green card is issued to number 15, Nicole Terry. So Lopes working it around this morning. Another whistle. This one's going to be a free shot for, I believe, Klump. Wow, Pupunu with another big save on the free shot from Klump.
You just can't give GCU too many opportunities, though.
As Papuni turns it over. But lucky enough, the Trailblazers do pick it up. Running it now is Mortensen. Mortensen trying to go all the way, coast to coast, in the middle. Almost. Milky playing rock solid so far. Stymieing that chance for Utah Tech.
Yeah, Tristan Milky, I mean, she doesn't have as good of a save percentage as Papunu does, but man, she has made some really, really good saves in this second quarter to keep this a significant GCU lead.
As there's a mad scramble for possession in midfield.
34.
This ball continues to roll. Milky has it.
Save.
She fires it up.
Number 9.
GCU really content with just letting the clock wind down and not allow anything in the middle. So Trailblazers continuing, try to work it around. Good check from Smith for GCU. Creating the turnover, she plays it up.
81.
It's Peters. Peters out to the right side. DeVries. Behind the net to Seaman. Seaman to Caffey. The Lopes working it around the perimeter. Here's a middle chance. Good check for Utah Tech. As Seaman gets another opportunity, that shot goes out of bounds.
And great attack by Shaylee Smith, but great job by Utah Tech not allowing that, their GCU's leading goal scorer, to get that.
Smith has it for Grand Canyon. Trying to find a lane. Getting blocked. Nice save once again from Papunu. GCU continues to be on it in the middle. Getting knocked down is Caffey.
GCU's getting really good scoring opportunities here, but
And that'll be a free shot for Caffey. Left hash. And scores. Grand Canyon up 8-2. Caffey with the free shot. And those are really hard to defend if you're the defender. Of course, you have to be 4 yards away. And if you're not able to get a stick check, it's really tough because you put your goalie in a bit of a pickle as Caffey capitalizes for GCU.
yeah, I mean, and that free shot, I mean, it resulted in the 22nd goal of the year for Braylee Caffey.
And you really just have a lot of time and space when you have a couple strides to see where the goalie is. It's a one-on-one situation, especially if you're not able to be checked by the defenders, if they're not able to get to you in time. And really great job there, able to capitalize from Caffey. That one's one back. Mortensen has it for Utah Tech. They look to answer, trailing 7-2, looking to get a couple more goals before the half.
Right just a little bit.
Mortensen around the left side, right in front, swallowed up by Silky. No rebound in sight.
Just under a minute.
Milky plays it up.
Tell Tyler
That one's caught by Utah Tech.
He won't go right on halftime. We'll put a
As both teams fight for control. Milky once again lobs it out.
we'll transition to him. He's not
That
going
one,
on at
good knockdown from Cisco. And Milky once again has it.
N-O-T.
As Utah Tech just not quite able to put it in the net off of the turnovers.
Yeah, they're just not quite able to break the ice this quarter. They were able to do it twice in the first, but so far in this second quarter.
38 now.
Cisco up to Nayville, and that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the first half of action. GCU leads 7-2 over Utah Tech. We are going to take a break, and we will be with you shortly.
For Varsity Sports, I'm Matt Ross. Let's talk about GCU tennis, where one Grand Canyon University player has been making serious waves this season. Nikita Volonsky has been a standout athlete, dominating the competition, racking up wins and turning heads with his consistency and skill. Whether it's singles or doubles play, he's found ways to rise to the occasion, delivering clutch performances when it matters most. His aggressive style and ability to adapt mid-match has been a key to their success, and it's clear that he's been putting in work this offseason. With a string of impressive victories and a growing reputation in the conference, he's proving to be a player to watch as the season progresses.
It means a lot, honestly. At the end of the day, I want to compete well for my team. I want to do as much as I can to help push the program further. And yeah, I've been obviously really happy with how my season's been going so far, but job's not done. Still got another month ahead, and I want to still try rack up as many wins as I can get.
As GCU looks ahead to some key matchups, he will be a major factor in the team's success. If they keep this up and the level of play up, there's no telling how far he can go. We'll keep an eye on his journey and bring you the latest updates right here on Varsity Sports.
This is Olin Lau reporting for Varsity Sports. The ACHA has announced its first and second all-tournament team for the Nationals this year. UNLV Skating Rebels have 4 players on both teams, 3 on the first, 1 on the second. Goaltender Jeremy Foreman took home the Most Valuable Player award, while Preston Broziak took over the leading scorer with 3 goals, 4 assists for a total of 7 points. On the first team, captain Matias Del Monte, forward Brodziak, and forward Mason Kelly made the first team, while defenseman Devin Nagra made the second team. UNLV also had 2 honorable mentions for the tournament, with defenseman Joey Carollo and forward Bradley Gallant making the honorable mention team. Just more accolades to a list of what has been an incredible season for the Skating Rebels, which included an ACHA National Championship and the WCHL Regular Season Championship. This has been Olin Lau reporting for Varsity Sports.
Arizona State Athletics has seen tremendous success in their first year as a Big 12 school. The meteoric rise of ASU football notwithstanding this, Arizona State baseball has now entered this conversation by entering the top 25 for the first time this year. The Sun Devils entered the rankings this week after accumulating a 19-9 record to begin this season. Most recently, they completed a 3-game sweep of conference opponents Utah, which landed them the 24 ranking in the latest D1Baseball.com poll. It has been a season of memorable accomplishments right from the get-go for Arizona State. They started off the season by sweeping the Ohio State Buckeyes, with the first 2 games being dramatic one-run come-from-behind victories. The Devils then followed their opening series by winning 3 of their next 4 home games against Austin Peay and Oral Roberts, leading to a 6-1 start to begin the year. By the beginning of their conference schedule, the Devils were 12-4 after playing schools like the current number 14 UCLA Bruins, as well as the Washington State-based Gonzaga Bulldogs. In conference play, the Devils are 7-2, playing 6 of these games on the road. Their first conference win was incredibly dominant, putting up the first 24 runs of a game against the TCU Horned Frogs. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Devils won that game 26-9. Led by former Sun Devil Willie Bloomquist, the Devils are trying to get back to their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2021. Entering the rankings is an important milestone in that direction.
The Devils will begin a 3-game homestand tomorrow night against the Arizona Wildcats. Ironically, the Devils gained a top 25 spot at the expense of the Wildcats. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Diego Iniguez.
There's no memory card?
There's no memory card.
Hello, everybody. My name is Raymond Moreno from the Varsity Sports Show, reporting from the University of Arizona. And today, I'll be talking about a preview of the Final Four this year for the NCAA men's college basketball. After 2 exciting weekends of NCAA tournament action, the 2025 Final Four field is set. The Final Four will be held in San Antonio, Texas on Monday, April 7th to see who will cut down the net. For the first time since 2008, all 4 number 1 seeds reached the Final Four. Number 1 seed Duke, led by National Player of the Year candidate Cooper Flagg, will square off against number 1 seed Houston, while number 1 seed Florida faces number 1 Auburn in the national semifinals. Florida will make its first appearance in the Final Four since 2014. Florida had to overcome a 10-point deficit with just over 5 minutes remaining against Texas Tech to become the first team to punch its ticket to the Final Four. On the other side of the bracket, Duke cruised to a double-digit win over number 2 seed Alabama to reach the Final Four for the first time in the post-Mike Krzyzewski era. Number 1 seed Houston reached the Final Four for the first time since 2021 with a statement 69-50 win over number 2 seed Tennessee. The theme of the number 1 seeds dominating the NCAA tournament continue in the final Elite Eight game on Sunday as big man Johnny Broome from Auburn helped with a big performance to defeat number 2 seed Michigan State. For anything college sports, my name is Raymond Moreno from the Varsity Sports Show, reporting from the University of Arizona. Thank you. Go Varsity.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tyler Ware from Arizona State University, reporting on behalf of Varsity Sports Show, and it is a 8-2 ball game here at Grand Canyon University between Utah Tech and Grand Canyon University. Grand Canyon University is up by 6, 8-2 the score. There's been a lot of defensive plays all across the board. Of course, defense has been crucial. Both coaches has mentioned in the pregame how important defense was going to be, and that's what's really been what's been key in this game. Of course, both sides have been very aggressive. And honestly, this game seems to be close as we head into the second half. And really, it's looking like a good game as they head into the second momentum. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to who's going to be tired and who's going to want it more. So we're going to find that out in the second half. 8-2 the score here at Grand Canyon University between GCU and Utah Tech. Again, my name is Tyler Wargo from Arizona State University, reporting on behalf of Varsity Sports Show. I want to say thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the second half.
Hi, I'm Connor Palak from Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. The ASU basketball season has officially ended, and with that comes transfer portal season.
The start of transfer portal season this year has been rough for the Sun Devils, as they have already had many key guys announce that they were entering the portal, including 2 previous 5-star recruits in Joson Sannon and Jaden Quaintance, who made a very big impact this past year, even as true freshmen. Other players that have announced they would be entering the transfer portal include big men Sean Phillips and Bashir Jihad, as well as point guard Austin Nunez, who missed most of this season due to injury. All of these players played an impactful role on the team this year, as now with all these transfers, the only returning player to average more than 5 points on the Sun Devils last year will be Amir Ali. On the other hand, though, the Sun Devils have added a couple of players who they will look to have fill in these holes from the leaving pieces. As Mo Odom from Pepperdine, who averaged 13 points and 7 assists last year, announced he would be coming to Tempe. As well as small forward Marcus Adams Jr. from Cal State Northridge, who put up an impressive 16.1 points per game while shooting nearly 40% from beyond the arc.
ASU will look to make more key additions through the portal after this down year. From Arizona State University, I'm Connor Palak, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
This is Brady Hanson from Arizona State University with the Varsity Sports Show, and if you're like me, you've probably heard of these new torpedo bats taking the MLB by storm. So let's break down what these torpedo bats actually are. To demonstrate what the torpedo bat does, I've brought a normal barreled bat. And as you can see here, the normal barreled bat usually has the thickest part of the wood at the end of the bat. What the torpedo bat does is that it moves the thickest part of the barrel to wherever the hitter hits it most often. So when they do hit that spot on the bat, the ball is going to have a higher exit velocity, which increases their probability of getting a hit. So what kind of results have the torpedo bats been yielding so far this season? Well, these bats first came into the light when the Yankees put up 20 runs on 9 homers against the Brewers on March 29th. That's nothing too impressive. Jazz Chisholm has been one of the most improved Yankees with the torpedo bat so far, as he's already boasting a .313 batting average with 3 homers only 4 games into this season. Another player who's seen better results with the torpedo bat this season is Adley Rutschman. The Orioles' backstop struggled at the plate last year with only a .709 OPS, his worst offensive season to date. But now with the torpedo bat, he's off to a hot start with 2 home runs, both coming on opening day, and a .967 OPS in 5 games played so far. The league has deemed these bats as legal, and with that decision being made, I expect a lot of teams to jump aboard this trend for the rest of the year. For Varsity Sports, this has been Brady Hanson.
Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Grand Canyon University. I'm Jesse Davis, and joined alongside me is Diego Iniguez. Diego, your thoughts on the first half, GCU with an offensive explosion leading 8-2. What are some things that GCU's done so well on offense to be able to spot 8 goals, and what would you like to see Utah Tech adjust in the second half?
Well, to start off, GCU, they've been able to just move very, very quickly. They've been getting shots inside the crease area. They've just been doing a really, really good job at scoring and overwhelming this Utah Tech defense. If you're Utah Tech, this is a situation that's not foreign to them, being behind like this and then coming back, but down 6 goals, it's going to be an especially big challenge.
Yeah, a tall task, and I think the mindset has to be for Utah Tech, just continue to chip away at things. You can't get all 6 goals back to tie the game all at once. You kind of got to take it one possession at a time, try to build up and come back on that lead, because GCU has been the aggressor so far. They've had majority time of possession, the majority of shots on goal, and Utah Tech is going to need to switch things up and get some more chances of their own on the offensive side.
Oh, that was pretty rough time to let go of the camera. Does 17 has it? Or 7? Sorry.
So I talk about time of possession, and we find ourselves GCU with the ball in Utah Tech territory. Trailblazers trying to lift it out. They may get past midfield. Kylie Park with it for the Trailblazers. Good stick check there from Smith. Park still fighting for it. Rolls up to the middle. Mortensen swings it over to Migley.
We barely called out Skylar Midgley's name at all, number 11 on Utah Tech. She's one of their best goal scorers on this team. We barely call out her name in the first half.
Yeah, and I think there's been a lot of chances, and just being really around the net is what's been the difference maker, as Utah Tech will get free shot. Bouncing in. Nicely done there for Utah Tech. Number 28, Elena Smolka, the freshman from Salt Lake City. Pots it in the back of the net. as GCU's lead is cut 8-3 now. And that's a great start here in the second half for the Trailblazers as they get on the board, something they did not do, Diego, in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that first off, that's the 13th goal of the season for Smolka. She's been doing, yeah, and that was a good response. Good response. I mean, Utah Tech really needed that to begin this quarter. They just need to keep that going to get even closer by the time the fourth quarter starts.
Trailblazers with possession, fighting for it in the middle. Ball bounces through. McMahon has it for GCU. Now it's DeVries behind the net.
Check. Can you guys hear me? Check.
GCU working the perimeter
Yeah, I can hear you now.
into the middle.
No, my headset died.
Nice job plugging that up.
The antenna, so yeah.
Good job not allowing Paige DeVries or Shaylee Smith to get in if you're Utah Tech, the two most dangerous women on this team.
Right on, and
Right over to us.
Brinley Baker is back in net for Utah Tech. Looks like they might be splitting the time between their two goaltenders, Mia Papunu and Brinley Baker. Baker in for this third quarter.
Evan, can you give me a time check on the clock right now? You're not on air, so can you just... What was it again?
GCU continues. It's Smith. Now it's Cadis behind the net, looking for an open lane. A lot of time and space. Utah Tech happy to let GCU work it around the net as they try to find a lane open. And a whistle there. Foul. As it will be GCU's ball. And a yellow card is awarded to number 23, Lillian Rosenberg, Utah Tech. As the Lopes lead this one 8-3 here in the third quarter. As Baker lifts it out. That one's picked off by Siegel. Siegel running behind the net for Grand Canyon, surveying her options. Passes it over.
Once again,
GCU looking for an opportunity there. They were able to get it in tight to Baker, but not able to get a shot off. Good defense from Utah Tech.
What do you need has it right now? Ball's on the ground.
Stick check from Caffey as GCU gets the turnover. They'll make their way up the field. Ball goes in the middle. It's Smith. Pass gets partially deflected. GCU still able to get it almost, and now that's the turnover. And a whistle as it'll be another foul in tight. And Trailblazer ball. Seems to be a much more balanced attack so far for Utah Tech. Diego still playing great defense, but maybe having a little bit more opportunities.
Well, yeah, they're doing. I mean, yeah, they are obviously able to get that goal to start this quarter, but ever since, I mean, GCU, I mean, it's mainly, I mean, Utah Tech's mainly been having to play defense, so and we know what happened in that second quarter. Eventually, GCU started scoring, so Utah Tech's got to have a more offensive minded
As
approach.
we'll get a free shot for Siegel. Siegel scores off Baker and in, extending Grand Canyon's lead 9-3. Great shot from Riley Siegel, the senior midfield from Huntington Beach, California.
Yeah, that's her third goal on the year now, and what a way! And this is on senior day. What a way to go out in your final game.
And the way the momentum around the net was building, kind of knew that GCU, it was only a matter of time before they struck in the second half. They had a lot of chances in tight there as Siegel able to score on the free shot. And those are so valuable, like I mentioned before, just having that ability to take a couple strides for the potential of a defender coming to stick check you. And if you can get a shot off quickly, you have a great chance as it's essentially a one-on-one with the goalie.
Yeah, and there hasn't been from GCU. I mean, there hasn't been a sense of slowing down at all. I mean, in that second quarter, I mean, when they were up, I think it was 4-1 after that first quarter. But yeah, in that second quarter, they didn't slow down at all. They just kept going, and they've been doing the same in this quarter.
As the Lopes set up shop once again in Utah Tech territory. It's DeVries to the middle. Tibbetts. Behind the net now is GCU. Back out front, working the outside. DeVries cuts to the middle. Passes the defender. Good save from Baker. Keeping our team in this game. GCU leading 9-3. Baker will pass it out to the middle. It's a roller. It's picked up. Bonafide. So the wind is picked up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was really bad right before this game. It's gotten a little bit better now, but it was really bad before this game started. But that's been Arizona weather this year in a nutshell.
That's right. As Utah Tech, Diego, just kind of looks out of gas here. You're not really seeing a lot of the defenders following Grand Canyon as they look to be really tired, playing in their own end a lot so far in the second half. And that's kind of what happens. You get fatigued watching the offense be able to swing the ball around like they are, and it's really tough to compete defensively when you're always trying to get possession of the ball.
Oh yeah, especially in the heat is exacerbated by playing on this turf, being on this turf. I mean, very easily lose your stamina before you even know it. I mean, yeah, after that first goal in this quarter, Utah Tech, I feel like they just have kind of let GCU take the control back of this game.
And that's why I mentioned you can't really look at it as you're down by 6 because that's a hard mindset to have thinking you're down by that much. You got to be able to chip away and get one goal at a time if you're Utah Tech. But give credit to GCU. They've done a nice job of having their foot on the gas and not letting up.
Yeah, and I mean, look, oh yeah, and I mean Utah Tech. I mean, look, they're a well-coached team. I mean, they've got a good hit. Their head coach has a lot of history, coaching 10 years in high school and just starting on this level.
And that goal is waved off from Devin Story.
Evan, can you do a time check again? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that we're good on time.
Here comes the Trailblazers, though.
It's Mortensen.
And that just kind of seemed like a desperation shot just to try to get one of those goals back by Mortensen.
Yeah, like it's so tough when you're in transition and you've been playing defense for so long and have the energy to set things up. Just looking for a quick shot. And that one's put in. Tibbetts with the goal for GCU. They now lead 10-3. And that's all it takes.
And yet another different goal scorer for GCU.
And that kind of goes to show just how fast it can happen. GCU was working it around the Trailblazers' end for probably about a 2 to 3 minute stretch before this. And then all of a sudden, Utah Tech goes down. Mortensen with the shot, and GCU comes right back and almost fast break in transition. They get the goal.
Yeah, GCU, they're just playing very with a lot of control. I mean, it's been pretty fast paced for them, but they're still playing at.
And that'll be another goal for GCU. Breland Caffey, junior from Windsor, Colorado, putting that one in. GCU now leads.
That's Caffey's third goal of the day.
As it's 11-3 for Grand Canyon. And you mentioned talked about the poise, and that's kind of what Grand Canyon's had is a lot of poise so far. You don't see them panicking when they get chances, and when you're playing defense like Utah Tech has been, it kind of feels desperation whenever you do get the ball in offensive territory. Whereas GCU is more than happy to work it around the perimeter and look for their open chances, but they've done a great job of showing a lot of poise here this afternoon and not panicking, just throwing stuff out. They've really had a lot of good looks and structure. As we have a yellow card for number 11, Skylar Midgley. Excuse me, number 9, Stephanie Teo of Utah Tech. Good stick check there. Seaman had a great chance. Not able to get it through, though.
And that's the second yellow card on the day against this Utah Tech squad. The other one being on Lillian Rosenberg.
And I can only imagine what the players are feeling as we can feel a little bit of the sun on our back. Can't imagine going back and forth down the field in this heat. Is it surely to be exhausting?
Oh yeah, I mean we're lucky. We're under a canopy right now. I mean these girls are playing for over, 60 minutes, over 60 minutes. I mean that's 60 minutes of play, but of course it's actually much longer than that.
Osman with it. And we've really seen GCU kind of take over here, Diego, in the third quarter. Trailblazers, I think, have only had 2 times where they've made it past midfield, and another goal for GCU.
Make that 5 unanswered goals.
As they now lead 12-3 here in the third quarter. Number 25, Emma Adams with the goal. And I just mentioned it feels like it's been all GCU, and then they score again. Now up 12-3, and we just haven't been able to see the Trailblazers make it past midfield, Diego. It seems it's been a struggle for them to get possession of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've only seen a few threats from Utah Tech in this quarter. One of them being the one that scored the goal in the very quick threat from shot from Mortensen. But besides that, it's been all GCU in this quarter.
Mortensen plays it across. Neville around the net, in the middle, almost. That one goes out of bounds. Right idea. Utah Tech now setting things up. It's Young. Back up to the top. Prisman. Nice job spinning away from the defender. Prisman over to Hope. Hope now at the top of the key. Down behind the net is Neville.
Especially when they're in the back behind the net.
Good stick check there by Terry. That's another thing is Grand Canyon has done a marvelous job of stick checking and not allowing Utah Tech to complete those passes. And that's been the difference, is their defense. As whenever Utah Tech bobbles it or the ball ends up on the ground, a ground ball, the Lopes have done a nice job of creating those turnovers.
Oh yeah, I mean it's been an absolutely spectacular defensive display from the Lopes today. I mean almost as impressive as their offensive blitzkrieg has been today. It's just been they've been very, like you said earlier, they're very well structured and they're just in complete control of this game.
Now on the close sideline, it's Hallman. Hollum. That'll do it for the end of the third quarter. Grand Canyon University up 12-3. We will take a short break and be back with you shortly here at Grand Canyon University.
Drives inside, loses the ball.
From Vince, I don't know how he does it. Everything that he's doing with so many different schools, all the equipment that he has, just everything that he's put together really all by himself. I have so much respect for everything that he's set up, and giving us the opportunity to do this has been great. And because if I didn't do this, not sure how I would really get into this field. So for Vince, just the amount of respect I have for what he does and how he was able to set everything up has been amazing.
Going the extra mile like he does, I mean, sometimes, I think that's important to do, going the extra mile with stuff, and even though this is, not ESPN or one of these bigger companies, kind of to have that mindset when it comes to a broadcast. We're trying to, just knowing on this level that the expectation is being a professional and acting like it. And, there's obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but, just the importance of, doing your best work and that, you could always be better.
We started with, here in Arizona at least, we started with probably testing out a live stream with 5 football games in 2019. 2020, which was ultimately was the start of the pandemic, we grew and we added probably close to 30 games that year. 2021, we doubled to 60. 2022, we did 100. This year, we're on track to do 130. It means everything to me. It's not just about me. It's about the students that we showcase, both in front of and behind the microphone. It's not about just broadcasting games, but it's about providing a platform to our student interns to give them an opportunity to grow, to practice their trade, to move on once they've mastered these skills here in broadcast journalism as well as production. Our job placement rate, no kidding, is 100%. Everybody that works for us, if they graduate from college, they get a job in media, and we help them get there.
Welcome back to Grand Canyon University. I'm Jesse Davis, joined by Diego Iniguez. And Diego, Grand Canyon up 12-3 here to start the fourth quarter. What did you see in that third quarter from both clubs?
Well, I mean, we did see like we saw in the first quarter, a brief good start for Utah Tech getting the first goal of the third quarter, but then afterwards, I mean, GCU, they just really wore Utah Tech down. They were on their side of the field on offense most of the time, and it resulted in 5 goals. So GCU has really took control in that third quarter.
Yeah, they really put the pedal to the metal. Took a good grip on this game. And a chance in the middle.
Almost scored by Nicole Terry. That would have been her second goal of the game.
And nicely done from Terry, finding that space in the middle. And a good early chance for GCU. As that'll do it. Shaylee Smith with the goal for Grand Canyon. Terry couldn't, but Smith could as Grand Canyon leads 13-3.
And I believe that's the first goal of the game for Shaylee Smith, the leader in goals and point, and assists and ground balls, for the Lopes.
And we talk about fast starts, man, and wow. Utah Tech with the 1-0 lead and then striking first in the third quarter, and in the second and fourth quarter, it's been Grand Canyon opening things up.
And that's been consistent across not just this GCU club team, but across most of their club sports as well. I mean, it's just been
really dominant.
Yeah, that's what they all have that in common.
And head coach Tracy Ramirez has to be really pleased with her team's effort so far this afternoon, as they looked very composed out there.
Oh, absolutely. And she's been here from the very beginning of this program's history, and they're really starting to take off now. This game is a really good example of that.
And stuffing it in, Layla Cates, pardon me, as Grand Canyon now leads 14-3.
We have 3 different players now in Cates, Caffey, and Adams who have had multiple goals today for the Lopes.
And another middle chance there from Cates. Good shot. Those shots that hit the ground first or are low are always harder for the goaltender, as you don't have padding that you do in the upper body. Utah Tech with it. Cross midfield. Looking to respond. As the wind is picked up once more. That shot deflected away by Milky. Utah Tech with it.
Just as I was about to say, she had a pretty good break to start this fourth quarter with GCU having the offensive threat.
And Mia Papunu will come back in net for the Trailblazers. She, of course, played the second. And that's a goal. Skylar Midgley for Utah Tech. Breaking a drought that they've had for a little while now, as they now trail 14-4 here in the fourth quarter.
That's the 22nd goal on the year for Skylar Midgley, one of the best players on this team.
And 14-4 in the fourth quarter. That's a lot of fours.
Yep.
As great job there for the Trailblazers. Finally able to put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was their first goal since the beginning of the third.
And that's really all it takes, is one shot. Being able to find the back of the net really changes the feeling on the team.
Yeah, I mean, Midgley was really excited when she got that goal. I mean, obviously it's been a tough day for this Trailblazer squad, but it was good to see her it was good for her teammates to see her get one go through the back of the net.
As there's a green card awarded to 27, Daily Tibbetts of GCU. It's now a couple green cards for GCU.
Just over 12 and a half on my screen.
And there's just over 12 and a half minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
And Tibbetts actually had a yellow card earlier in this game. And, oh no.
As that ball goes off the face of DeVries. And Lillian Rosenberg, number 23 for Utah Tech, I believe, has been ejected from this contest.
That's it for her. She had a yellow card earlier in this game. Paige DeVries took the brunt of that hit.
It's kind of a fluky play. I don't think she meant to do it. Bad timing there. But it's a good thing that they have protection up in that area. Not saying it protects everything, but obviously would rather have it than not have it. Grand Canyon. Tibbetts cradles it. Tries to work past a couple defenders. Gets checked. Gets picked back up by Smith. Smith in the middle as we have an injured Grand Canyon player. Might have taken a stick up high.
And it's Daily Tibbetts.
as
Tibbetts seems to be all right.
Will pass it. Shot there from Cates. Papunu gets blocked. Wow, and a big collision there. I haven't seen many of those today, Diego, but Papunu's shot got blocked. And there's a big collision in front.
Yeah, foul against Layla Cates.
And one thing I've noticed from goaltending generally is it's really hard when you fire it up the middle, especially in the cluster of players, to not get it turned over, because that makes it easy for the defending team to just pick it up. And we've seen that a lot today so far. But see if that continues with the last 15 minutes. So we're going to have an injury timeout, and we will be back with you shortly.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back to Grand Canyon University, as number 17, Brooklyn Bonafide, shaking up on the play. Good to see her be able to walk off the field. As we return to the fourth quarter, GCU up 14-4 against Utah Tech.
And Bonafide, a senior out of Murrieta, California. Mainly a defensive specialist on the slopes team. Good to see her walk off the field, but
absolutely
on senior day.
Tough way to go, as Utah Tech with it in the middle. Opportunity to shoot for 17. And what a goal there. On a defender. Nicely done. As that'll cut the lead 14-5.
That's Mortenson's second goal of the day.
And one thing you got to give credit for is Utah Tech not just rolling over in this one, even though they're down big. They're fighting back. Mortensen has been on it all day. By far one of the strongest players for Utah Tech this afternoon.
Oh yeah, and that's been the case most of the year. I mean, her and Skylar Midgley make up the majority of this offense. That was actually the 50th combined goal between those two this year, Mortensen and Midgley.
That was Mortenson's 28th goal on the season.
But here come the Lopes.
McMahon gets blocked. In the middle, and a snipe from DeVries. Well-placed shot, bottom left. Gets the goal right back for Grand Canyon. They lead 15-5.
I mean, the offensive display we've seen today from GCU from start to finish.
It's amazing to see
I mean, they
how
just don't let
fast
up.
both teams can score when they get the right look.
Oh yeah, but especially the Lopes today. I mean, it's just, I mean, all they need is to just run down the field and then, I mean, that's it.
And that's the fast break that's so dangerous in all of sports, is that fast break opportunity, because you have an odd number of players coming back to play defense, and it usually creates a good chance for the offensive players. And another goal. This time it's Haley Seaman, the senior from Phoenix, Arizona, local. Grand Canyon 16-5 now.
Another senior with a goal on senior day. This time it's Haley Seaman with her second goal of the year. At least 10 different players now have scored for the Lopes today.
It's a crazy stat. Just shows you the contribution and the camaraderie of the team, not being a one or two woman show, but the entire team pitching in.
Oh yeah, and you can see that on the stat sheet. It's playing out right in front of us today.
Behind the net. 81.
Peters behind the net for GCU. She'll kick it back to DeVries. Up top to Adams. Swings it across to Terry. Terry with it, looking for an option. Terry continues. Nice give and go there. The Lopes still working it. Utah Tech doing a nice job not allowing anything in the middle. Papunu launches up to Larson. Larson's going to go for a run. Larson still has it. Doing a good job protecting it. Larson spins off. Picked up on the line by Hollum. Hollum down to Smolka. Smolka around the net. Out in front. That shot goes out of bounds.
Shot just to the left of the goal.
Good stick check there for the Lopes. Taking it on the far side is DeVries. Looks for an outlet. In the middle, Seaman off the post. Great opportunity there from GCU, and almost for Seaman right off the side of the post.
28. Evan, zoom in.
Now it's the Trailblazers.
11.
Midgley fighting for it. Ball goes up in the air. Still a battle for it. And Milky will lift it out for Grand Canyon.
Still far side.
And just look how quickly GCU is able to get down the field.
And it looks really effortless too. It's not like they're getting checked too much while they're making their transition. As scoring is DeVries once again for Grand Canyon. They now lead 17-5. Talking about those fast break opportunities, and it's a great example, as that will be game here as Grand Canyon University will take the win 17-5 and improve their record to 9-4 on the season, heading into playoffs. And what a great performance from both these clubs, especially Grand Canyon. Seemed to be the aggressor right from the jump, having a little bit more juice. And thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Jesse Davis, joined by Diego Iniguez, streaming on the NFHS network. It's been a pleasure, Diego, and thanks for calling this game.
Anytime.
And once again, thank you to everyone tuning in. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. Till next time.